I don't know how many of you are actively old enough to remember, but do you remember when cartoons used to have crossover episodes? I feel like they happened a lot during my childhood. Nowadays, it feels like we get a lot of crossovers, but only in specific universes like the MCU and such. But one of my earliest memories of watching TV as a kid and seeing the American Dragon and Lilo and Stitch special, and that absolutely blew my mind. You mean I can have two great shows at once? It's like that scene in Ratatouille where he takes the two fruits and mixes them together, like, oh. But like I said, I feel like these just don't happen anymore. And there's a variety of reasons why. I mean, most shows don't last long enough to get a fan base to cross over with another's, am I right? And I just feel like it's so weird that even though Ninjago is gone for so long, and LEGO having so many different LEGO franchises of their own that don't succeed, that we never see Ninjago crossover with another. The only one we got was in Season 5, when Moro and Lloyd fall into the Legends of Chima world, making it one of those 16 realms, which caused a domino effect, and now Chima is now a part of Ninjago because it's part of the realms merge in Dragon's Rising, which was also confirmed by Roz after mentioning the Forever Rock, after many feared LEGO might try to retcon it or brush over it. I was so ready for them to confirm that Roz wasn't from Chima, even though, look at him, I mean look at him. So it's only a matter of time before we see Legends of Chima in Dragon's Rising, hopefully in Season 3. However, Ninjago's first crossover won't be that, as another series actually crossed over with Ninjago fairly recently, beating Chima's introduction into Dragon's Rising. LEGO Dreamzzz. I don't know very much about it. I did watch a little bit of it when it started coming out, but frankly, I just wasn't really vibing with the series that much. I love the concept, I really do, but the voice acting and animation just is far more stilted in Dreamzzz. I feel like when any other animation studio tries to do LEGO minifigures, it just doesn't really work. Will Film and WildBrain just know how to do it even despite some of their issues? And I get it, LEGO minifigures are probably extremely hard to animate given their simplistic designs. But I think what's good about Ninjago is that they tend to exaggerate the movements a lot more to keep the animations from getting stilted. Either way, there are people that love LEGO Dreamzzz, and if you do, more power to you. Like I said, I totally love the concept of it, and some people don't mind the more stilted style and just focus on the concept, which is fine. It's just personally not my thing, so I choose not to watch it. What a novel concept. However, then there's one episode of the show, and that's where I come in. You see, okay, so like Dreamzzz is like a more realistic show, right? It's not set in a fantasy universe like Ninjago or Chima. It's a more slice of life type of show, you know? And like Ninjago is treated like an anime in this universe.
Oh, don't fall asleep now. This is the best part.
And that was kind of cool to see. Corny, but cool. And we all thought that that would be it for this show referencing Ninjago. But little did we know that this was just a ruse, a tease, an omen, if you will, of an eventual crossover episode between both series. I mean, it actually makes a lot of sense given the show's concept. The whole series is about dreams, and what do kids and autistic adults dream about? Their hyperfixations. Except for me. I actually don't dream. I think my head is just hollow inside. But that's the perfect excuse for a crossover episode. Ninjago is already a show existing in universe, so have a dream about these characters in the Ninjago world, and boom, you're right there. And they did. And it kind of sucks. I don't know, it feels so corporate, and it doesn't feel like an episode of Dreamzzz that takes place in Ninjago. It feels like an episode of Ninjago that takes place in Dreamzzz. Now, I'm pretty sure I can guess why they did that, because they know the majority of people watching are Ninjago fans that have never heard of a Dreamzzz before. You know, fair assessment, but it feels like this for the entire episode. It feels like we're looking at Dreamzzz through the ninja's perspective, not the ninja through the Dreamzzz character's perspective. And if your goal is to get Ninjago fans to get interested in your show, you should probably establish the world of Dreamzzz first. And they try poorly through quick, lazy exposition.
You know those things that come visit you at night in your sleep? That's what these things are. Nightmares, baby. And there are plenty to go around.
Oh wow, they're really selling this to me. Mommy, please get your credit card and get me a Netflix subscription so I could watch the whole series over and over again. Yeah, it's very obvious that a lot of the complaints I originally had towards Dreamzzz stem over to this episode, and it just feels so much worse here, since I can directly compare how this episode animates the ninja and they are just so stilted and lifeless compared to their show. Even their facial expressions just aren't as expressive as Ninjago. It just feels so dull. But the stilted animation I could honestly live with. Like, it bothers me, but it's whatever. But the voice acting is kinda terrible. It all comes down to the direction, because the Ninjago characters just do not sound as good as they do in Ninjago. A lot of lines just feel so forced in and like they needed another take. But hey, I can safely say things are much better with the Ninjago VAs than the Dreamzzz cast.
They are ninja, elemental masters of spinjitzu.
Hey, miss, would you mind, speaking up a little bit, please? It would help a lot. We already talked about this girl who's obviously a fucking badass. I mean, look at her. Logan, who's actually voiced by Vincent Young, and there's even a cute nod to that, which was funny.
You know you have a dumb voice, right?
But God, I'm sorry, I hate this girl. You can look at her immediately and tell what kind of character she is. You know, the, oh my gosh type white woman. And I mean that because she literally says that.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe it's really you!
Look, even Nia's like, stay away from me. The only good thing about her is that Bun Bun is pretty cute. Well, anyway, what's the plot of this thing? Well, the episode starts with the ninja driving together when Jay throws out that they have no idea where they're going and the rest of the ninja agree. But before they can go home and just go play Prime Empire, a village gets attacked by nightmare creatures. You know those things that come to visit at night when you sleep? The ninja come to save the day, of course, and find the new Emperor of Ninjago. And the reason why he's the Emperor is because he was having a Ninjago marathon and literally fell asleep during Crystallize. Speaking of that, let's beat up this dead horse. Despite this episode coming December 1st of 2023, well after Dragon's Rising had already premiered, I'm assuming this episode was probably being produced during or shortly after Crystallize's production cycle. Or maybe the whole merge thing wouldn't really work with the Dream setup, I digress. Either way, the ninja are using the horrible suits from the second half of Crystallize, and I think they look even worse here. Also, why is Lloyd's headband black instead of green? I'm pretty sure these are the same models from Crystallize, so you changed that yourself. Why did you change that? Wait a second, that's the actual design? I completely forgot about that. Why is it not green? I hate these suits. They're so ugly and stupid. Video for another day. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. Because our dear Emperor cares so much about the pollution, part of Jan's dream is changing Kai's elemental power from fire to wind. That's kind of dumb. Like, I get they're in a dream, they all make the changes they want, sure, but why just change a power like that from a writer's perspective? Is it supposed to be a fun joke or something? I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. And because of that, Kai can't even use Spinjitzu for some reason. Why? This is such a random thing to do, and it's not even for any fun reasoning or anything. If you want to change the elements willy-nilly just to be funny, why not at least, I don't know, do it for some fan service or something? Like, why not give Jay the power of wind as a nod to when he randomly used wind in Season 1 for some reason? Also, another thing I'd like to mention that is if this is a dream, right? Wouldn't Kai know that he has wind power? Like, how does this work? If this is a dream, shouldn't the ninja mostly be on the same page? Like, yeah, maybe they don't know about the nightmare creatures or even why they're driving at the beginning of the episode. Sure, I'll give you that. But having wind powers would be secondhand knowledge, right? Since they are a part of Jan's imagination. But are they even? Because that's a confusing aspect too. They act like Ninjago is just a part of the dream world, even though it's established that this is Jan's dream. At the end of the episode, the "oh my gosh" girl says they'll come by more often, but they literally can't do that unless someone dreams about them, right? And they also say that since they drove the Nightmare Hunter away, it's safe to dream about Ninjago. Like it affects everyone that dreams about Ninjago, but it only affects Jan's dream, right? What, if you dream about a TV show, do you get sent to a completely different dreamscape hosted by the corporation, so it's technically not your dream, it's the copyright holders? Damn, what a dystopian thought. Piss off Universal for making a video about clutch powers and you get sent to the Skull Island. Jay's freak out over them finding out they aren't technically real was really funny though.
I hate to break this to you, but you're in a dream. What?
Jay is characterized kind of funny in this episode, but he's kind of just going insane about how nothing makes sense. It kind of gets repetitive, but it's a little funny.
I do believe a response to Jay's inquiry, ineloquent as it was, would be appropriate.
But the weirdest thing about this episode is that it's just so tongue-in-cheek. There are multiple references to Ninjago, not just from the series, but about the show's writing quality, and some of it is just kind of weird, and even some of it comes off a bit patting themselves on the back.
I loved both the Will film and the Wild Brain seasons. The Hagemans and Braggy's writing is so good.
Like, what's the joke there? I can't even make the argument that this was just a fan projecting because this episode was written by Tommy Andreasen, one of the main producers of the show. Maybe this was more of a producer thing, as I don't really see Tommy Andreasen as the guy to really write a line like this, but it's just such a weird line. There's also this one right after it.
Honestly, I was a little concerned when the episode switched to 11 minutes, but you guys totally made it work.
No, they didn't! I did like how Lloyd got Vietnam flashbacks when he saw Girl Boss Lady reverse time.
The hands of time.
Anyway, Master Wu and Pixel show up in the bounty.
But the bounty always crashes.
Sorry. The bounty just kind of pushes Nightmare Hunter's ship. Like, there's no impact on that whatsoever, and Ninjago is saved. Yay! Yeah, sorry for the sudden end. There's just kind of nothing. It just kind of ends like that. The whole episode feels like that. It feels so short, even though it is 22 minutes. When I went back to watch this, I thought it was an 11-minute episode, and I was shocked to see it was 22. I think the overall pacing of it is just pretty bad. Not to mention with it having to catch up everybody up to speed on Dreamzzz lore, I suppose. Still, I feel like this needed to be a little bit longer, and there's no conclusion to it. It's just kind of dull. Well, anyway, that was it for Ninjago Dream Team, and overall, I guess I can't really say I'm disappointed, as I didn't expect much, even back then when I first watched it, because, like I said, I don't like Dreamzzz, so I figured I wouldn't like this. And wow, turns out I was right. Not watching things you're pretty sure you're not going to like, or at least not complaining about it when you wind up not liking it, is pretty chill. More people should try it. Anyway, what do you think about Ninjago Dream Team? What do you think about LEGO Dreamzzz as a whole? And did this crossover convince you to check out the series? Probably not, because the series is apparently ending soon. Let me know down in the comments below. See you next time, and I'll see you in the next one.